Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to Galactic Civilizations for Supernova and our playthrough as the Mimots. It is basically time to go to war, and we are mounting the offensive. At the moment, we're building up the military, and pretty soon we are going to lock down this gate and then pursue conquering all of these planets before we push on through. Now, the corporate sector, I'm going to feel good when they're gone, but they're not the biggest problem out there, I feel like. As we see more and more of the map, it looks like there's a couple very strong factions out there, and we still haven't even seen all of the sectors yet. So, first things first, let's clean up our house, and then let's clean out everybody else's. We've got orbital repairs happening in 2 months, and in the last episode we made some changes to our fleet, right? We've got shields for all, which also has unlimited range due to its probe module. Now, I don't actually know if we're going to need unlimited range, because I don't really know how ship range is calculated. Where exactly does it take ship range from? So let's select one of you guys and pull you out. And you should have a ship range of an amount, right? At the moment, this ship is able to get to... We've got all of this, and not all of this. I don't know how far into this bubble it goes. I don't think it actually extends past this bubble yet. So I don't know how ship range is calculated. If it's calculated from like your deep space star bases where they are, or if it's from like your home planet, I don't know. So let's ask the Civipedia and see if they have something. Ship range. Distance non-probe ships can travel away from our planets and star bases. So I want to assume that it's calculated from here. But if we get star bases down here, then we will have more ship range. So I'm thinking, based off of that logic, we're going to go back in here and we're going to change this design. Shields for all, because that's a lot of extra weight. We need to have some weapons in there, and it's all about the shields. Now, I think we were going for the advanced barrier shields. Let's just fill that back up, and that's a number that I'm much more happy with. We can also throw something in there. Don't we have any armor? No light enough armor, would seem not. An integrity cloud? No. That'll be fine. Let's go ahead and save this. Shields for all, yes, done. And we will go ahead and queue one of these up. That'll be done in 3 turns. Excellent. You guys just live here for now, the home garrison. Let's send it forward and see what happens. We should actually have investigated those ships to see what sort of tech they have and what ships they're rocking. But there is orbital repair all done for extra logistics. Advanced composite tech unlocked. There's the advanced composites leading on to dreadnought doctrines that we want. Manufacturing capital is pretty good, and Minister of Production is pretty huge as well. Let's go ahead for advanced composites first. We want dreadnought doctrines, and we want our carriers. We're gonna need more food as well. I'm not sure what the food situation is on our planets. We'll have a quick checkup on that. But we're not quite ready for the war here. I feel like there's still too many ships in this region. We have to lock down this little area a little bit more. On Serene, let's check in with our planets and see how everything is developing. We have a fusion power plant coming down over here. That's okay. You're probably gonna need some supply ships for that. What's going on our other planets? Research. We're probably going to want more food. This is our research planet. It's looking pretty good. Seeing some dudes that aren't scientists. Let's go ahead and make them scientists. You are not very smart. We should probably ship you out. We should. We'll upgrade the agriculture and the housing. We'll bump the agriculture up. There's like an agriculture tile. Lots of housing. We're gonna need a lot of food. We're gonna need a lot of food. We're gonna need a lot of food. There's a lot of food here. We can upgrade the agriculture. Let's make that maybe a priority so we sort out our food issues. This planet is lovely. I like how this planet's looking. Very nice looking planet indeed. Is good old Hammer and Serene. Okay. So food is a problem, but not a massive problem. It's not a big deal. There's a constructor ship. He's gonna head off in this direction. Hopefully he survives. And another constructor ship. I think we should probably either get another military starbase back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like there. And I want to plug that gap as well. And then this area is super well defended. Defend the homeworlds. Artak Guardians, a ship drifting aimlessly among the wreckage here. Seemingly dead, our away team is surprised to find the hull still retains an atmosphere. They're even more surprised by what they see next. Every corridor and chamber is overgrown with plant life. Nearly every surface is covered in leaves, vines, and branches. Many of the surfaces are organic itself. In fact, the interior of the ship itself seems more wood than metal. And at its heart, sentient plants tend to everything. These are the Baratak. They are stern but not unfriendly, and they inform us that prior to their ship being disabled, they were seeking a world to settle on. One with a grove they contend. What should we do? +1 diplomacy bonus is going to go a long way for us, I feel like. We don't really want the Baratak grove, I think. This is just a straight +1 diplomacy, and I will take that. On here, we did say we are still going to want a couple more supply ships. I am going to drop down to the lowest taxes because that does get us a little bit of extra science and a little bit of extra production. It's costing us a lot of money, but we have lots of cash for going with. Now, planetary stimulus, I really do like. Genetic manipulation, we all need those. And the +1 to diplomacy is good. Is there anything we could maybe take out? No, we'll leave everything as is for now. Are there any leaders? We're probably going to need a bunch more hypersilicates. In fact, a lot more hypersilicates. Let's get up a whole bunch. We'll sell off all the Illyrium. It's not worth too much to us. The Prometheon, however, is worth a lot. We'll sell off a bunch of that. And Thulium is not worth as much, but that's okay. And we've got enough cash here to tie us over for a while. Are there any positions that we need leaders for? I don't think so. I think we've done a pretty good job. There's the Minister of Finance. We could probably look at getting. Diplomacy, everybody's more or less okay with us, except for the Archeans for some reason. Why? You condemned us? I did that. Yeah, I feel like the gruff is something we're going to want. I mean, it's free transports coming out of this ship as well. That's a pretty big deal. A Minister of Finance. Do we have anybody for that? That's a +9 Minister of Science. And I think we could absolutely use that +9 Minister of Science. Do something like this. There you go. We do have a couple worlds flipping to us. That's very nice. Advanced Composites is complete. Dreadnought Doctrines didn't quite pop up here. Dreadnought is going to be one of those ones that will take a long time to get through. And I think now is the time. We'll put Dreadnought Doctrines in here and go ahead and use our precursor archive to complete that current research. That gets us Dreadnought Doctrines. And after that, there's Orbital Deployment Mastery. That only takes 4 turns. And then the next turn after that, next research after that, we'll have Carriers. The Sport Corps Collective approached Governor Modu the Clever of Serene Homeworld with an unusual request. They wish to set up an observation post. 300 research. That's less than 1 turn's research for a lot of disapproval, for a lot of unhappiness. The other one is -3 diplomacy, and I think we'll take the -3 diplomacy. See if I care. All right, the Sanguine Marauders, Captain Malachi Blackbane, what a name, that's a great name, is coming in. He would like orbital repairs and shield enhancements. He's offering us experimental weapons, nanite defenses. I think my tech is better than that tech. That's a no. Go away. All right, on Fen. Fen could do with upgrading the manufacturing. A Durantium processor will sort of spike our pollution. Not happy with it. A virtual world we don't really need on this planet. A holo theater also we don't need. Colonial clinic we don't need. Planetary court. There is no crime here. It is a paradise, but we do need food. The only thing I could think of building here is a Durantium processor. Right there is actually pretty decent. It will send us up to around about 40-ish pollution, which is a lot. But maybe we get an atmospheric cleanser around this planet and it should help out. We still have space in orbit here. So let's get the atmospheric cleanser down. And we can probably also go with a space elevator just to help out this planet produce its military. There's our very first shields for all. Let's get him to secure over here. All right, we get 2 of them. I love the Mimots. We get 2 of them, and you'll stay here. You'll probably make up the very first. Actually, join this fleet here. Join this fleet right here. Excellent. Then, now I don't want another 7 turns doing that. It's just going to be bombers. Pretty soon, any shipyard that is able to produce those bombers in 1 turn, that's what they're going to be doing. Time to open the floodgates, baby. So, Fen, bombers, and it's about now that I feel like I should set up a rally point for all of our shipyards. Hammer, I think you're still going to be doing supply ships for a little while. You've got a lot of work to do here. So every time we land those down, it's good. Food is looking all right. Zergon Mon, everybody still needs supply ships. Everybody still needs supply ships. Zergon Mon is quite happy. A little bit of pollution. Little bit of pollution. What makes us money here? The Holo Theater. This might be the planet for the Holo Theater. The planetary court does give us stuff, but let's go with the Holo Theater. What about the virtual world? No, I think a Holo Theater could go nicely. I'm wondering if the Holo Theater would go decent there. Not really. Not really a good place for a Holo Theater. You know, right there is fine. Something like this. I guess. Should do nicely for this planet. All right, another trade. They would like advanced composites for a cultural treaty. Free trade agreement, cultural influence, non-aggression pact, free trade. Unfortunately, corporate sector, that's a no. You are on my hit list. First on my hit list. We stumble upon something strange here, an alien artifact which appears to be a beam weapon of incredible power. In a ring around it lies several beacons explaining in a variety of languages the agony that this weapon will inflict on all who face it. It's pretty dark. Worse yet, the beacon promises that any who fire it and their kind will suffer immense guilt knowing what they've done. It sounds like if we use this, we're going to make a lot of people unhappy back home. As unhappy as there are, our enemies will suffer worse. This is +4 beam attack. Unfortunately, we aren't doing beams. We have gone for all missiles. We will destroy this villainy. We will destroy the villainy. Ben. Bombers. All the bombers. Serena. Supply ships. A new group of weapons enthusiasts on Hammer 3 are beginning to become a problem. What started as a normal interest in our military has devolved into imitation and even fetishization. The group decorating themselves with cast-off equipment and military paraphernalia. The group believes that our empire will only survive if we adopt the mannerisms and traditions of the military and now actively campaign on Hammer 3 for military expansions and even the start of military engagements. This movement and the violence it's beginning to incite worry our less radical citizens. What are your orders? Why would I warn anything? Allow the Warforged movement to take root on Hammer 3. Unlocks the Warforged Foundry improvement. That sounds like exactly what we want. Absolutely yes. Warforged Foundry. Experience points +5. Warforged Favor +1. +2 military adjacency. Very nice indeed. That is going to have to go on. We don't really have like a place that's doing an amazing amount of manufacturing. I guess it will be Hammer 3, which we've kind of made to be a little bit of a jack of all trades. But if we were to do a planetary conversion there, for example, and then we can use that for this, and that'll give a little bit of adjacency over here. I like that idea. I like it. I'm a little bit not super happy with some of our people here. What is your name? Who are you exactly? Nuzgo the Lonely. Nuzgo the Lonely. Nuzgo the Lonely. We got some... Wow! Where is all of this intelligence coming from? +28? +16? Some of these Mimots are cracked. Okay. Well, let's get rid of the dummy. We'll send him off to Fen. Done. And let's actually quickly check the stats on some of our other planets and see if we've got any potential talent out there. You're a +12 Mimot. You head over here. Done. We got a couple smarty boys. +21. I don't know what's making you guys so smart, but I will accept it. We get the occasional genius Mimot. Prime P the Scamp. Transport you over. We're gonna have to clean up some space on Galtria. Yep, up the manufacturing while we're here. So back to Galtria. Anybody who's a little bit dumb, the overachiever, for example, just shuffle you off to Fen. Send you off to Fen, send you off to Fen, and send you off to Fen. We want only the smartest, the best, and our brightest on this planet. Head over to Galtria, Mr. +16 intelligence, where you will become a scientist. +12. I mean, that's not bad. It's not like some of the numbers we've been seeing, but you have no right being a scientist. Just be a citizen. Oh my god, you're an even worse citizen. +16. Head over to Galtria, +24. Galtria, done. And I think once all of those people hit Galtria, we will see a big spike. Now, we were up at the 400 and something mark, 410, I'm not sure what it was, but once those guys land, we should actually see a much bigger number up here. It'll take them some turns to get there, and hopefully they don't die. But there's orbital deployment mastery, extra 10% HPs, leading on to carriers. We're not even gonna look. It is straight on for carriers. There it is, the 3 turns. Let's get some carriers out there. It's Morris Ven. We're exiling Morris Ven from our empire. We believe he is a black market trader. Do you know what? We need talented men. Let us recruit Morris Ven. I'm sorry. Who can say no to Morris Ven? Morris Ven. We don't know what we're going to do with Mr. Morris Ven here, but I do know that we don't say no to Morris Ven. And in the meantime, I guess what we will do is we'll put you straight into the Free Mind Center for now. It's another Morris Ven. You know what? Give me more Morris Ven. We've got lots of food. We'll put you into the Natural League. Even more growth. Max out our planets. Albiro does need the housing, and then we'll decide what is going on this planet. For now, just land our supply ships there. More Morris Ven. Bombers. We might have to buy up some Alarium. Our Alarium production isn't that great. Okay, the next thing I would like to look at is this guy becoming an Omega Starbase. Get me some barrier arrays, the fortification module. We will want this interstellar defense module. Weirdly, we don't have that much durantium. Let's have a look at our starbases. All right, military starbase, military starbase. We could use a tech pod here. That's going to get more durantium. In fact, there's a lot of places we need tech pods. So let's go ahead while they were here, buy up a bunch, sell off a bunch. Thulium, durantium, tech pod. That'll at least speed up how fast we are getting in durantium. In fact, it's going to double it, 2.74 each turn. Construct another military starbase. We're going to want interstellar defense modules. For now, we're going to leave it as is. I probably want another one here, and I want this to be unassailable. Completely and totally impervious to assault. Anything coming through there is going to get bogged down and missiled to death. We are going to pressure the scientists. Gatria is needing a lot of supply ships because all of its people are nerds. All right, we've gotten some of our new genius people here. Become scientists. We've got a couple more on the way. We're up to 476. Awaiting our ship in the Silent Void is the Spectre's Grasp, an enigmatic artifact radiating a knowledge-imbuing energy. Bring the artifact on board. This artifact appears to give vast insights when used, allowing us to gain a lot of research knowledge at once, plus 1% research to all of our worlds. No, bring it on board. Bring it on board. Plus 2 technology to Gatria. 487. Love it. And only gonna get better, baby. Corporate sector up to 60%. Our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's best if you're like here. Here even. Beautiful. Excellent. There is carriers. Choose a new tech. Intermittent suspension. Probably what we're going to want. Although we don't need it. We have annexed a planet from the corporate sector. What we want now is better missiles. So let's go for Fuey missiles. Corporate sector would like to mark our friendship. Oh, really? Give me a military starbase right there. We're going to give you the interstellar defense module. That's it for now. We will upgrade all of these even further once we are actually at war. More supply ships. More bombers. Fen up to 104. Are we producing Illyrium? I feel like we're not. We are not producing Illyrium, which means if we ever want to build that, we're going to have to buy. Happily, Illyrium is dirt cheap. We can actually buy up so very much Illyrium. In fact, let's just trade it for antimatter because they both are really bad. Now we can go back up to normal taxes. This is weird. Our approval doesn't change, but it does reflect in the research. Whatever. We'll take medium taxes, so we're not just bleeding out cash. Bombers in 2 turns, not good enough. The goal is to be able to 1-turn bombers. And maybe we need different classes of bombers as well. Here's what I'm thinking, right? Let's say if we look at the bombers, we edit the doctrine, we stick with assassin, and I believe most of our bombers are going to be on largest combatants, but we also want some going after gunships, smaller ships. We don't want all of our missiles just targeting one thing, right? So let's save this doctrine, start a new design. We know what it's gotta be. It's gonna be Cerberus warheads. We can put 2 Cerberus warheads on there. I don't know what my current design is, actually. Probably like targeting computers because missile accuracy sucks. Missile range would be good as well, but I don't think we need it on our bombers. Let's just get targeting computers to get our missile accuracy as high as possible, and a weapon jammer. Maybe an E-web. Let's try the E-web. I've never used it. We've got +1 defense. Combination of weapon power, fire rates, ranges, defense capabilities, hit points, blah, blah, blah. General battle effectiveness. Okay. Let's try it out. Let's save this. This is going to be an ass bomber. Ass bomber. Done. Get me a run of ass bombers. And let's have a look at what our fleet would actually look like. We also need to keep on top of this guy who can clone himself every so often. It's just a free cruiser. I think it's like a 10-turn cooldown or something. We are looking in great shape. Great shape. The only question is whether or not we win before the AI gets a prestige victory. Too many ships around this station. All right, so this is our shields for all. He can have a lot of bombers with him. Let's give him some bombers. Let's give him 1 cruiser. All right, what else do we got here? An invader. We'll probably want one of those. And the rest are cruisers. There's another bomber. We have space for a couple cruisers or more bombers. This is a cloned capital. Alright, that's not a bad looking fleet. Armor rating, evasion, blah, 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 missile attack. I need to see an enemy fleet. I need to see, I need something to compare us against. I need to know. We're up to 521 research. That escalated rather quickly. Some people must have landed on Galtria. Yes, indeed. There's another plus 16 intelligence scientist. So what is this doing for us, you might wonder? As a citizen, he is contributing to research plus 1.6. As a scientist, he's contributing plus 4. That's a pretty big deal. Was that plus 4 in this maths here? We have the technology input, all of our treaties, the genius grant, all of these things ministers, but from our scientists, we have 41.5 research. 41.5 of this 329. That's a decent amount. Definitely going to want to upgrade that research at some point. Then, ass bombers. And maybe another shield for all after. Our flagship has detected an ancient cargo container drifting aimlessly in the void. It appears to be a relic from the Precursor Wars. Inside, we find a fully intact Arnorian drive system, a ship component that is remarkably small for its size. It could be attached to a ship to greatly increase its speed. Alternatively, we could harvest it. You know, give me the Precursor drive. Give me the Precursor drive. Our exploration has led us to an artifact of precursor origin, a device once capable of bending the fabric of space-time. It is another wormhole generator. Always happy to have more wormhole generators. Now we're getting very close, like very, very close to the point where I actually think we should start this war. But there are a couple things that we need to do first. Let's also get the extended reinforced hulls over here. Beautiful. So what do we need to do before we do this war? Well, first we need at least a military starbase here and one over here. We have one fleet chilling out here to sort of catch anybody coming through. We're going to need one assault fleet, at least one, and one defensive fleet. So once we tick all of those boxes, we will be good to go. And we would like very much to be able to pull the trigger on this war when these guys pop out. Also, we need to start making carriers. That's a pretty big deal. So jump in here, new ship class. I need a carrier. Carries additional fighters and bombers into battle. Edit the doctrine. We need you to have 100 hit points, 75 tactical speed. I need you at the back and I need you to be tanky. Return fire only. Save the doctrine. Start a new ship design. Now we are just going to put prohibitively one of these, or provisionally one Cerberus warheads. We are going to want a bunch of shield generators, like 6. We are going to put on a carrier module as well. That takes up most of the stuff. Pretty cool looking ship. What is the carrier module? Seeing some stuff, maybe like a flight deck being added. Oh, it's this thing at the top and bottom. Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty cool. And we could make it a flag module, but I don't think we need to do that. Deep space centers, a repair bay, +2 fleet repair. The precursor engine gives us extra 1.5 move. Yeah, we'll put the repair bay. Save it. The claw carrier. Our very first carrier design is El Mimo. El Mimo. Done. How much does an El Mimo take to 16 turns to get that guy out? And 5 Durantium. What did we put in that takes Durantium? Not that it matters. 16 turns is a very long time. Okay, for the moment, you guys live here. Our probe, auto-explore, please. We're getting into it now. Fury missile enhancements are coming on down. There's some mantis, but we also have Furious Leviathan torpedoes. They do take antimatter, but an extra 10% is great. This leads on to the Icaron missile cluster, also taking antimatter. The photonic warhead system is going to be a pretty big jump, I think, because it's missiles attack of 20 plus it doesn't actually have any downside to it. So let's choose a new tech, see what we get. Intermittent suspension being here for 7. Again, we don't need that much fleet, but I do want my missiles. I want my missiles to be big and thick and juicy. Hammer, 87 turns on an El Mimo. Get me supply ships. Hammer, you need to start making stuff for us. How can we get you where you need to go? You're not that great. As much as I love this planet, you don't do a great amount of production. You do a decent amount of income for us, but hopefully we're going to get this up. It's going to maybe get things going here. I should really specialize these planets a bit further. We'll leave it for now, but such considerations we may have to consider. It's the Baratak Grove. They want interstellar resupply doctrine. They're gonna give me a bunch of stuff that I don't care about. Goodbye. We're back in the negative in food. Food goes up and down so crazy. I think we might just take a world that isn't really doing very well and just turn it into a food world. And in fact, a lot of our worlds don't really do a great amount of production for us. It's really just Ben. Everything else has really, really bad production. I guess this would be our next best producing world, but even this isn't incredible. All right, we will have to leave it. We do have a fleet here. It can use more ships. It has a carrier, not a carrier, a shield. So it needs a carrier. And then that's one ready. A carrier over here. That's 2 fleets. 2 of the 3 that we need. We're also going to need somewhere to produce for us a constructor. We'll 1 turn that. We'll do another couple turns of bombers after that and see if that maybe shaves off some time off of an El Mimo. Terran resistance have been destroyed. Peace out. Who did that? The Intweri. The Ibolians. Interesting. Interesting. We've annexed this planet away as well. Very good. Get me some more supply ships. I'm beginning to think that we will never be very good at producing. I think Serene, which also does a decent amount, can maybe start bomber production up as well. Let's see what's going on planet side. Yeah, we could, if we could get a bit more production out of this planet. Diligence is what we're looking for. You're a really good scientist. You're really not. All right, anybody who's not really a scientist, become a worker. Even if you've got like a +1, you're actually really good. A +12 worker, I will take over the science. +2, and you, with your +24 intelligence, will send you, Modu, the tastiest one, Galtria. Now we need to have a look at Galtria again and free up a bit more space. Let's see who isn't worthy of Galtria. You are. You're okay. You are. So become a scientist. Become a scientist. Sono the clever. You're +8. Sono the clever. Head over to Serene. Done. And then on Serene, there's a +24 nerd. Become a scientist. And then head over to Galtria. Boom. Okay. 526. Science looking pretty good. How are we on the rankings? We're 5th in research. Not quite close to 1st. And honestly, at this point, there aren't that many researches that we want to be like first for. Everything good would have been researched by the AI as well. You would like us to go to war with the cricketers? That's a no. We need to take stock of the galaxy. Let's have a look at diplomacy. Okay. So who's at war with the corporate sector? Nobody. Where are the lords of cricket? Only at war with the Aquanaut Protectors, eh? Interesting. Cricket really likes us, like a lot. Goodwill tour, supported the claim, admire your power, peacekeeping, skill in diplomacy. We have a cultural treaty. Yeah. All of those things are true. Our science is great. It looks like the cricketers are getting destroyed by the frogs. Oh, yes, indeed. And look at the military power. Jeez. Any good research tiles left? I don't think so. We'll just put down a +6 research there. Maybe get a bit more production or something going. I almost feel like we should move the supply depot, just to get a little bit more military adjacency. I'll put it down there. +5, something like that. I mean, this is actually kind of worse. This was giving +2 adjacency. This was a stupid move. But this hitting these 2 things with manufacturing, as opposed to just hitting these 2 things, might be better. I don't know. It's probably the same anyway. More manufacturing on this planet. If we could get this planet as well up to being, you know, a respectable production facility. The problem with that is, let's just fill out on manufacturing and see how this looks where we can, because there's a lot of like tiles I don't really like. That's a -1 to manufacturing. I hate it. I would love to sort out this food situation. So let's make that a priority as well. Let's just bite the bullet and do it. Galtria, I don't even think we need many more. What is this bug? No, we don't want to do it there. If anything, it's going to happen on maybe on this planet. I'd hoped that this planet would become a decent world. We could put the Tower of Endless Night here. That's a +6 Tower of Endless Night. That's not bad. We'll do that. We're already doing a lot of food on this planet, so we might as well just keep it going on Hammer 3, using up a lot of tile space. But this giving food +2%, the irrigation network, and +3 levels to food adjacency. That's a +5 right there. We can surround this with agriculture, and maybe that's going to be our food problems sorted. Get that irrigation network down. All right, you're able to 1-turn bombers now. Let's go ahead and get out some ass bombers. We've discovered a location of a precursor archive. Unfortunately, it lies deep within our borders. We won't share anything with you. Nope, we're not sharing. Mimots are not in a sharing mood today. I was trying to find the trade net with the corporate sector, but it appears we don't have any treaties with them. Not even open borders, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. Speaking of treaties, it's time to have a look through and see who wants a research treaty and what they're going to give us for it. We're unlikely to get anything, so let's just maybe keep it simple with, like, I don't know. You know, for people that like us, you don't really want to give us very much, which is as it should be. That's fine. We could take some credits. Any strategic resources? We're going to need a bunch more modules, so I'm happy to trade for that. Only 6 modules, eh? I'll accept it. I'll accept it. Cricketers, you drive a hard bargain. Hello, 100 Stratman. Let's go for open borders with the Zalotzi, open borders with the Taurians, open borders with the Frogos, cultural treaty, and a free trade agreement for alliances. And then we can probably trade alliances to other people. I don't really care if they get alliances. I like orbital research labs as well. It's a piece of tech that we would like to get through eventually. So let's go ahead and accept that, and maybe railguns and some more modules and a little bit of cash. Accepted. Good trade. Good trade there. Open borders with you guys. Cultural treaty or hydroponics. Weirdly, it's going to be irrelevant. Lots of modules. Lots of modules. And couple techs. Couple tech pods. And that'll do. A little bit of cash. Happy with that. Open borders for the murder shrimp. Open borders. I'm just going to give you open borders. He's a very happy man. Open borders with the Luxar, who are very rich. Oh my word, I like it. Cultural treaty with the Korath. They'll give me killbots. Plus 10% on soldiering does make it easier to siege planets. Very relevant. We are going to need a bunch of Illyrium. Let's see how much of that he's willing to give us. I'll accept this. More cultural treaties. Cultural influence. He won't give us cultural influence. Xeno-commerce. We could get Xeno-commerce. And probably a huge amount of Illyrium. You know, I don't feel like clicking that many times. Let's just go with like 40. 40 is a bit too much. I agree. How about 30? How about 20? 19. There you go. The number was 18 all along. All right. Let's do a little persuade here and ask for some cash, and that's fine with me. Open borders for the eyeballs, and I believe, oh my god, this is the downside of a large game. If you're actually trying to do trades and treaties and stuff like that, yes, you can make up for a lot of lost time, but oh my god, does it take time. We're not trading with the corporate sector. Nice try, nerds. Go away. And we're done here. Excellent. Done. Goodbye. Now the corporate sector do seem like they're a little bit stronger than us. I don't like how that sounds. We take a look at the corporate sector. These are the people we hope to fight. They have more research than us. They've got more production than us, more manufacturing, more economic, more research. They're probably one of the strongest in the sector. But I believe in our fleets. I believe we need constructors is what I believe. The old switcheroo. There's the Icaron warhead cluster, another 10%. Asteroid factories will get us resources faster, but photonic warhead systems. 4 turns on that, please. Your flagship captain reports discovering a lost cargo container floating in the void. Upon opening, they reveal a mysterious robotic star drone. Send the drone to our vault. Again, a charge for the artifact. Robotic star drone. What does this do? Small but lethal weapon drone. Sure, I'll take your small lethal weapon drone. I don't mind if I do. Let's pad out this fleet a little bit more as they're right here next to us. You've got a level, take reinforced hulls. We've got 2 more shields for all. Let's get this fleet ready. Give him 1 cruiser for support and as many bombers as we can cram into his configuration. We do want to leave a lot of space for a carrier, and a carrier will take claw carrier 10 turns. El Mimo takes 16. 16 turns is a long time. That's a long time. Does come stock with 16 interceptor fighters, 4 assault fighters, 4 guardian fighters, whereas this guy just has, well, it has all of those things. It don't got my survivability though, that's for sure. Okay, we'll let these 2 things build and see if that shaves off any amount of time from the El Mimo. But that's not what we wanted to check. We wanted to check, I don't know what we wanted to check. I've forgotten. Gotten distracted. We wanted to see how much supply an El Mimo actually takes up. So an El Mimo takes up 18 logistics. 18 15 logistics, and out of a 50 that would leave us 32 to play around with. We can get 2 more fighters in there, and we'll say that that is 1 fleet. We can build up a second. Alberio, you ain't where you need to be yet. Keep on with the supply ships. Serene, you are where you kind of need to be. Get me more ass bombers. All right. Well, we didn't get to pull the trigger on the war, but we're very close. We have everything we need. Once we just build up a little bit more of our numbers, we go to war. I'm hoping that 1 fleet here with a bunch of Omega Star bases is going to be enough to hold this border. I'm hoping. Let's get up another Omega Starbase. Barrier arrays, Durantium composites, harpoon salvos, the works. We are going to need more Durantium, but that's okay. I would like this to be I want all of these to be Omega Starbases. Omega Starbases are very strong, very hard to crack indeed. But if this falls and they're just allowed to pour through uncontested, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem. They probably have enough production here that it's going to be tough for us to contest them in any case. And we don't even know how our missile design is going to work, if it's viable or if it's just going to be completely countered by 1 ship that has chaff. We don't know. We're going to have to find out. Hopefully you're going to stick around and find out with us. Thank you all very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one, where hopefully we will go to war. Bye guys.